everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how to make homemade pizza. So in the past, I was so intimidated to make pizza at home, and I didn't do it for years and years. But I kept hearing about all these people making pizza and sharing it with their family and how creative you can be, and I just really wanted to do it. So finally, one day, I branched out and gave it a shot, and we've been making pizza ever since. It's really easy, but yet I know it can be intimidating for some. So this video is going to help you to overcome those fears or those feelings that you may have had, and hopefully you can start creating some delicious pizza and memories with your family as well. Let's go ahead and get started. For the video today, I tried a new to me topping style on half of our pizza, but more about that later. So to prepare the dough, I used the Fleischmann's active dry yeast. In a large mixing bowl, I add in 2 teaspoons of yeast and 2 teaspoons of sugar, along with 1 1/3 cup of lukewarm water, and give it a little stir. Let it sit for about 5 minutes. Once the yeast starts to become active, you'll see a foam-like consistency forming. Then I add in 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, and a little optional garlic powder or Italian seasoning, and beat for just about 1 minute. Now I add in 3 cups of flour and begin stirring right in my bowl using a fork. If you have a countertop mixer, you can simply use a dough hook. However, I actually enjoy this process of using my hands. Once the dough becomes too thick to stir with my fork, I begin kneading the dough. It's usually a bit sticky at first, so I keep adding in small amounts of flour until it becomes less sticky. I knead for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once it's done, it'll form into a nice ball and have a sponge-like texture when pressed. Form a nice ball and cover it with a clean towel, and let it sit on the counter for about 1 hour. After an hour, I remove the towel to see the magic. The dough will have risen about double its size. Now at this point, you can cut your dough into smaller sizes if you're making personal pizzas, but for tonight, we are making 1 large pizza. So I spray my pizza pan with a little cooking spray and begin pressing the dough right onto the pan. You can also roll your pizza out on the counter first, but I find this to be the easiest way for me. I just try to make sure my dough is evenly spread across the pan. So this is where you can get as creative as you'd like. For this night, we have decided to have half of our pizza a buffalo chicken style and the other half a more traditional. So for the sauce, I'm spreading blue cheese dressing and marinara. I'm not shy with my sauce either. I do like a pretty good amount, but that's also preference. This was actually my first time making a buffalo chicken style pizza, and I was a bit nervous about using the blue cheese dressing as the sauce. So that's why I decided to do only half of it, just in case we ended up not liking it. Next, I top the whole pizza with a Colby Jack shredded cheese. For the buffalo chicken, I simply used 1 shredded breast and tossed it in a generous amount of the Frank's buffalo wing sauce. And to make this even easier, you could use a rotisserie chicken. As if that wasn't enough sauce, I decided to drizzle a little more of that Frank's wing sauce to give it an extra little punch of flavor. For the traditional side, I added on a good amount of pepperoni. On that same half, I threw on some sliced olives and some diced green bell peppers. On the buffalo chicken side, I added on some blue cheese crumbles, and I went ahead and threw some purple onion onto the whole pizza. For the final layer, I topped everything with a good amount of shredded mozzarella cheese. I baked this in my preheated oven at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes or until the cheese is melted and begins getting that golden brown look. This is so easy to make, and pizza can be fun for the whole family. The buffalo chicken pizza was a hit. I wasn't sure if my son would like it because of the onions and blue cheese, but he really enjoyed it, so we'll definitely not be afraid of making a whole pizza like that again. Yum! Alright, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope that you've been inspired to try making pizza at home if you never have before. It's really easy, and it's actually kind of one of those things that you're like, wow, I did this. I can actually make pizza at home. And if you have been making pizza at home for some time, I hope that you are encouraged to try something new, like new toppings. Even like we did with the buffalo chicken, it turned out to be really, really good. And we are definitely going to be making this again soon. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.